Hello and welcome to the first in a series of Junkyard Engineering. This is a program that the library is producing that's going to be providing you with various STEM activities that you can do with things you can find around your house that you may think of as maybe trash even. So for today we have our marvelous maze. For this project, all you're gonna need is some toilet paper or paper towel tubes. Make a fun noise too. You'll need those. You'll need either masking tape or I've used painter's tape because it goes on and off the walls without pulling off the paint, and your grown-up will be very happy if you use something that will not pull paint off the walls. You'll also need a pair of sturdy scissors. You can use craft scissors, they should be just fine, but I like the more sturdy ones. You'll need a ball of some sort, either a marble or I use a little pink bouncy ball. It doesn't bounce very well, but that's okay. You'll also need a plastic cup. You can use one of those red Solo cups, you can use a clear plastic cup, you can even use an old milk jug, as long as you cut the top off, because you'll need something for your ball to go into at the end of the maze. So also, the big thing you're gonna need is a large piece of wall that is clear of shelves, windows, and such. You can use a window if you really want to, if that's all you have, but the tape will stick a lot better to a wall. Let's get started. So, what you need to do is take one of your tubes and you're gonna cut it just down the middle so that you have a little curve, kind of looks like this, like a little C. So, to start your maze, you're going to pick a spot about head height is usually good. And then find the end of your tape, which is always a struggle. There it is. Pull off your tape. And you don't need a whole lot, don't go crazy, but take a little bit of tape and starting at about head height, you want to make sure you put it at a little bit of an angle because we're going to be working with gravity today. And that is what our big project's all about, is gravity. So you've got that one started. Now the big thing you want to make sure you do when you do the next one is you want to make sure your gap isn't so big that the marble or the ball is going to fall right through. I'm just going to do a really quick, simple one this time to save time, and you don't need to watch me do this whole thing, I promise. But you take your next one, and let's do it like this. And let's see what happens. Uh-oh, I'm going to trim some of that up. And sometimes you'll find that it'll curl a little bit more than you thought it would. What you can do is just trim it down, make it like a little pipe almost. And clean up after yourself. Your grown-ups will thank you. So then, what you can do is, while you're doing your maze, do a little test run. You see what happened there? It went through and it bounces off, so we know it'll hit it, which is great. So then what you're gonna do, and this is actually, I've grabbed a thicker one that's gonna be really hard to cut through. So here's what I'm gonna do. This will be fun. And this is all about being creative and doing something that you might not have thought of. I'm just gonna take this end to the wall and then I'm gonna take this end to the wall and try to aim it so it will catch the marble or the ball as it goes down. And let's see what happens. You start at the top and you go, whoop. And bounce the ball went away. So, as you can see, it can be a lot of fun. So then what you do is when you're finished with your maze, and of course you can make it as big or as little as you like, avoid the sockets on the wall, that's not a good time. Take your cup or your milk jug or whatever it is you decide to use as your catcher, and you just put that right there and see if you can catch it. Oh, see? And it didn't quite make it. It bounced off the top. So what we need to do is, and this is why painter's tape is great, it pulls right back off. We need to move it a little further away. So let's try it now. Oh, and now it needs to go a little closer. Okay. So a lot of it's trial and error. So if you wanted to make this into a game, oh, yay! If you wanted to make this into a game, you could say get yourself and a friend or a sibling And you can each take your set of equipment, like the tubes and the tape, and you can see who can build a maze and who can make the ball go the longest. So usually a race is seeing how quickly you can do something. This is seeing how long you can make it, and the goal is to make it into the cup. At the end, you can, like I said, make this as big or as little as you want. Let's talk about the science behind this. What we're doing is working with gravity. More specifically, we're working with potential and kinetic energy. When the ball is at the very, very top of the maze, gravity is giving it potential energy. As soon as you let it go, that potential energy is translated into kinetic, which is the energy that goes. It's the energy that moves. And if you do it right, you can run that marble maze as many times as you like. It's a lot of fun, and I really, really hope you guys enjoy this experiment. And I hope you enjoy learning how to upcycle and use stuff over and over and over again.